We're trying again. We're trying again. Let's see. Why you gotta do me like this? Okay, okay. How are we feeling? Can we hear me? Can we see me? Do we feel me? I wonder if I do this. Does it show up here? I sound good now. Hi, Ashley. Hi, welcome. This is your comment from the last one. I can't put the comments on my screen, but I think I can do everything else. Let's start off with a prayer as we get everybody joined here and see if that works as well. Let's see.
Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather here today on this platform of the Beauty and Brains Community Time, we come before you with gratitude and open hearts. We recognize the power of community, connection, and the exchange of wisdom, and we seek your guidance and blessings for this gathering. We thank you for bringing us together and ask that you may grant us the wisdom to be kind and compassionate mentors to one another, to uplift and support our fellow community members in their pursuits, and to celebrate their successes as if they were our own. In times of doubt or uncertainty, may the Beauty and Brains Community Time be a place of solace and encouragement, a reminder that we are not alone in our journeys. We ask for your protection over this community, both online and offline. May it thrive, grow, and make a positive impact on the lives of all of those who participate. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay. Welcome back to Community Time, you guys. Hi. I hope you are doing well. Happy Wednesday. We have so much to talk about and so much to catch up on because we haven't talked in a minute. As you guys have been able to tell by the vlogs, and also, again, if you're just a subscriber, we haven't done Community Time 2 weeks in a row officially. And like, it feels like forever because I just have not been able to get it together. You guys, why is the enemy after Community Time? We were doing so well all like the beginning of it, and then all of a sudden I just started having these technical difficulties and I just haven't been able to figure it out. Like literally yesterday I had a work from home day and I was stressed because going from being hybrid, first of all, from being virtual, I talked about this in my last podcast episode, going from being completely virtual to being hybrid and now like fully in person, 9 to 6, like having to take the metro. It is like, why are you spelling my name with one N? Y'all, my name is right here. It has two N's right here. But hi, y'all. It's just Brelynn with two N's. Thanks if you don't mind, just two N's. Thank you. I actually have a funny story about that when it comes to work. I'll tell you guys that after this. But anyway, I have been just super busy, super tired. It's just because they both did it back to back, and I'm like, now wait a minute, now why y'all doing that? What was I even just saying? I got myself off topic. We haven't had community time, and oh, I was saying I was working from home yesterday, and my main goal was like I need to troubleshoot my community time because tomorrow I have to do community time. I have to meet up with the girls and I have to talk to them and I need everything to be figured out. So they were responding so slow. And I literally kid you guys not, I like woke up early and I still had meetings all day. And that was stressing me out as well because when I was thinking work from home, I was like, oh great, I'm gonna get my nails done, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Child, I was still working. I was still working. I was just at home, which I know that's exactly what work from home is. But like when I was hybrid, it was like I was at home and I was working. Now it's like, child, will you have meetings every hour of the day? But you know what? I'm blessed. Don't want to complain. Life is just it's just lifing. I feel like I am the busiest that I've been in a very long time. I think that I am like in full everything mode, coming from like my relaxing, my being Brelynn, my I have no cares, and like everything is like at 10 right now. So I would love to know what's been going on in you all's lives in the past couple of weeks, if not months, since we have caught up. Please let me know who has been in their tea bag. I want all the community updates. Where are we at now? We're in the last weeks of April. So, are you guys taking your finals? Are you finished? who's getting ready to graduate, like what is going on in your world. In the meantime, let's do a tea check. What tea are you guys drinking today? I am drinking um did I throw it away? It's over there. What about chamomile and lavender and the immune and stress? And I definitely need the immune and stress because people in my office be getting real sick. They be getting sick a lot, which I get. Like there are people like constituents and advocates will come from all over the country in airplanes and stuff. You're meeting with them, large group of people at times. You're shaking hands. I just am trying to make sure that I'm being very careful with like washing my hands more often because I feel like the last time I was in this much interaction with people was when I was working at the doctor's office in the hospital and things, but I was also like wearing a mask and PPE, so this is different. But very thankful for my health. I haven't had any illnesses and things, but definitely want to make sure that my immune system is strong. And I also need the stress relief because y'all, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed out. Okay, let's take a sip and breathe. Pretty good. Hopefully this knocks me out because after this community time, I want to go to bed. You guys know that I have, if you've been watching the vlog, by the way, who is updated on the vlogs? Have you guys been watching? I have been trying to really be disciplined with my 5 a.m. routine, getting up that way I can spend time with God, go to the gym, meal prepping on Sundays. That way I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner set for the week. And it's so hard. Like, I feel like it's a full time job, just like living life outside of having a job, and not to mention all the other things that I'm doing. You guys have also seen in the vlogs that I am in full Miss District of Columbia prep. So that has been a lot. This weekend, as you guys can tell by the shirt that I'm wearing it in honor for the March for Babies walk, which is this weekend. If you guys are in the DMV area, you should definitely come out to one of the walks. We have the March for Babies in DC. I'll be at all of them, but the one in DC is at the Nationals Park this Saturday. And then Sunday, it's at the Hunt Valley Town Center, which is the Maryland Walk. If you guys are in the area and you care about birth equity for all and the health of all moms and babies, definitely check out my March for Babies page. You can go to my website, birthequityforall.com. Register over there. I would love your support. And if nothing else, just follow me over on my Instagram at Birth Equity for All, because I'll be posting about the events later on this weekend. Okay, let's do some community updates. I want to hear from you all because we haven't talked in so long. Girl time. Okay, let's see what y'all talk about. Ashley! Okay, I'm so sad that I can't put the comments on the screen. Ashley said that she mentioned a few weeks ago that she got first runner up at her local. This is for the Miss America organization, a local title. And she was actually able to get a sponsor. And so she won a title at her open/sweeper pageant. And now she's going to Miss Washington. Congratulations, sister. I'm so proud of you for not giving up. I'm so excited for you. I don't know why my eye is itching, y'all. It's like right in the socket. But congratulations. I'm so happy for you, Ashley. Go, Queen. Go, Queen. What is your title holder page? Do you have one yet? If so, please comment it down below so that I can follow you. Which reminds me, if you guys are not following me on my title holder page, follow me at misscapitalhill.dc. Well, y'all, why is my eye itching so bad? I wonder if I type on here. Can I type on here? No, I can't. Okay, yes. misscapitalhill.dc if you guys are not following my title holder page because we're going to Miss America. Woo! Okay, next, Tiara. It gets me every time, girl. Which one is it? I think we said Tiara. We said Tiara. I need to get better at names. I got so much in this brain. Anyway, thanks for being here. So happy you're back. My tea is that I got an A+ in my grad school course and I launched a youth girls ministry at church with my sister. OMG, that's amazing. Our first event is next week. And you got a bonus at work. Tiara, you are thriving. You are in your tea bag. You're in your tea bag, sis. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Wow, I would love to hear how it was launching that girls ministry at, excuse me, at your church. I know that that probably had like that was a lot of work. That's exciting. What is the like age range? Do you guys do like one big event? What's the event that you're doing? I want to know all about it. And congratulations on that bonus from work. Listen, God is he said you're stewarding my children well. I'm gonna take care of you. Okay, Sydney says that she just finished another semester of grad school and now you're free until the end of August. Free at last, free at last. I hope you take advantage of your summer and you have a lot of fun. Hope you eat good food. I hope you travel. I hope you do things that you love. I hope you read books. Oh my gosh, guys, we have to get into the book tea. We'll talk about that. Kristen says that she's working on her master's in athletic training, and you got your dream internship working with the Chicago Sky this summer. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Ooh, athletic training, your dream internship. I'm so proud of you. How exciting. You guys are in your team bag. You guys, you literally inspire me. You keep me going. You get the people going. Oh, thank you. My 5 a.m. routine is so inspiring. It's hard, okay? I ain't gonna lie. It is hard. Um, I feel so good when I do it, but it also makes me want to like go to bed at 8:30. So it's hard because although I have time for me before my day starts, I don't necessarily do things for the things that I do outside of work, if that makes any sense. So like it would be nice if like I edited a video for a couple of minutes, like even just 30 minutes every morning, or like I responded to like brand emails or I don't know, like other things that I'm working on. I wish I could do those things in the morning as well. That way when I get home from work, I could eat dinner, read a book, watch a YouTube or something and like go to sleep. But instead when I get home, then I'm trying to like it's like the beginning of my day is for me and God. So I'm going, I like I said, I'm doing my devotional, I'm working out, I'm, getting dressed, getting my makeup, things like that, spending time with me. Then I'm at work and then I'm my employer for a million hours. But then when I am home, the time that I should be pouring into kind of like my hobbies, I like want to pour back into me because I have to pour into like where I just drained myself from. And not to mention, or I guess to double mention how it is. I've mentioned it in the vlogs, and you guys have seen the vlogs too on the hill, where it's like you don't just to get to go home. There are so many after work events, receptions, and this is such a big like year. I feel like for networking for me and like in this position, but I don't want to. I feel like I want to go home because I want to work on my hobbies because I want to pour into myself. So even the way that I feel stressed right now is kind of interesting because I'm like, okay, I have all these things that I want to post on social media. I need to get this stuff out. I need to do this. I need to do that. Like I want to like do all these things, but at the same time, it's like they're not. It's not like life or death things, but like just getting behind in my hobbies and the things that are kind of like time sensitive, stressing me out because I don't feel like I have time for them. But it's because like the only time that I would have time for them, I'm tired because I'm giving all of my energy to my job. I just can't wait until I am as passionate about my job. Like I can't wait until I am doing my passion as my job because then I won't mind like working all the time because I'll be working like for the things that make me passionate instead of there being like two separate things. I think like wearing these two separate hats are making it very straining right now, but it's temporary. It's temporary. I thought of you today at my externship on the postpartum unit. A mom with PCOS was telling about how she's been a surrogate of several children. Meanwhile, my friend, Black girl, has PCOS and da da da, struggling to have one baby of her own. Wow. That's very interesting. I was wondering when I was reading that when you said she was a PCOS, but she's been a surrogate for several children. It's like, wow, that's interesting, like how she been able to do that. But good for her. I'm glad that she's able to help other people who are wanting to start families. So at least somebody's able to do it. I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram, but last week was Black Maternal Health Week, and so I hosted, and also it was on the vlog that I uploaded yesterday. Did you guys watch the vlog yesterday? Do you like it? Okay. Wait, did you watch the vlog? If you haven't, watch the vlog after this. Okay, because It didn't go up on Sunday. So you know that I was working this week trying to get it up. Okay. Your girl been working. Even though I'm behind on my stuff, it's because I'm trying so hard, but I'm working. Anyway, I hosted slash moderated a congressional panel on the Hill, and it was about infertility. And I basically want to talk about this story because one of the panelists that we had was the CEO of this thing called the Cade Foundation, and they are specifically like a foundation that helps give Black families or families of color money for their IVF and fertility journeys. Excuse me. And the couple who owns this, Dr. and Dr. Cade, they were not able to get pregnant for so many years. They ended up doing IVF and then having Dr. Cade, the woman, her mother, being the surrogate for their egg, for their egg, um, embryo for their embryo. The mother ended up being the surrogate for the embryo. And at 59 years old, she gave birth to their triplets. Isn't that crazy? And so, like, now, and that was like years ago too, because now their triplets are 19 years old. I said, wow. I think that IVF is so scary because of that, with like the multiples. It's so scary. Or even like how you have multiples earlier on in age. But surrogacy, I'm so not torn, but like I just want my children the natural way. Like I don't want to have to go through surrogacy. I don't want, but like I also understand, as much as I aspire to be a mother, that like if it came down to it, like I would do it. But it's just so much. Like it's so much. So shout out to the people who fight for their children because you know that they're gonna make good parents. We all try. We're all trying. But anyway, Tiara says that the children, the young girls who she that's part of her youth girls ministry, words, Brelynn, are age 8 to 17. That's a large age range. I'd be very curious to see how, like, what the event is going to be and how it's going to go. Sydney says she's going to leave the 5 a.m. routine to me and just focus on going to the gym. Like I said, I would if I could. Okay, if I could have it my way, I would go to work at like 10 a.m., like maybe 11 a.m., and like leave at 3. Maybe leave at like 4. I would love a good 11 to 4. And then I could wake up at a smooth 7, have my life, and then also have my life afterwards. Like that would be the most ideal job. But obviously that's not realistic. um Straight A's. Is it Deshira? Deshira? I think it's Deshira. Straight A's, your first semester of nursing school. Oh, you just won a $10,000 scholarship for the next 3 semesters. Yes, God is good. You're in your tea bag. Go, girl. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm just so happy that we have all been thriving. You guys are making my day. Let's get into the books. Okay, if you guys saw on my vlog, I have a large TBR that I can update you all on. We're going to talk about it. And I had somebody message me on Instagram and they wanted for me to show kind of like all the books that I've read this year so far and my ratings for them. And I mentioned that I was going to show you guys my Notion. So we're going to do that today. First, let me take a sip of my tea. This tea is actually good. Now I'm letting it on its come warm. Delicioso. Wow, we've already been on here for 20 minutes. I forgot how fast these go by. All right, let's talk about legacy. Now, I feel like I talked about this in the vlog, and I also feel like I talked about this in the last community time. Let's pause and go back. If you guys didn't know, I did reread Fourth Wing. So I read it twice. I finished it. I enjoyed it the second time just as much as I did the first time. Thought it was really good. I just really feel like I needed the fantasy. I needed the fun, especially after coming off of relationship goals. It was just a really good read for me. I also really enjoyed the audiobook. And for those of you guys who have read Fourth Wing, or if you're familiar with the world, it is a series. The second book is called Iron Flame and it's already out. The third book has just been announced to be released in January of 2025. So what I decided is that I'm going to take a break and read books in between. I'll probably pick up Iron Flame around like the July-ish month, maybe August. Because I don't want for me to like read them both back to back and then have to wait like a whole nother year. I kind of want to spread them out. So that's where I'm at. In the meantime, I switched to this book, which I've had on my TBR for months. I was procrastinating reading it because it is like a memoir. This is Legacy by Uche Blackstock. It is a Black physician reckons with racism in medicine. My overview on this book is that I think that it is good. I rated it a 4 out of 5. I finished it relatively fast as well. I only read it when I was so about 2 weeks, which is kind of slow because it's not a big book. But I only read it when I was going back and forth to work, and that's if I wasn't on the phone because I talk on the phone a lot on the train. But I enjoyed it because I learned a lot of things from it. A lot of like historical events that I didn't know, which is like surprising. Obviously, I don't know everything, but I know a lot of things when it comes to racism and healthcare and things like that. I think that the reason why I was most excited to um, really just kind of like read this book from her is because Dr. Uche is, or Dr. Blackstock, I don't know how she likes to be, probably Dr. Blackstock. Dr. Blackstock is a media health correspondent. She does a lot of news speaking about health equity, and especially like during the pandemic, she really blew up. But even before then, and I didn't even know the extent of like how much she was doing the work before that. And so that's what really drew me to her because you guys know, like, as an aspiring media health correspondent, it's such like a niche part of like medicine that there are very few people who are like in this field and who do it, or like who are available for mentorship, or who just give you the guide. So kind of like to read her life story, I thought was like very inspiring and interesting, and that's what I was really interested in. Now, the thing that immediately kind of made me be like, about this book is that she's actually one of the first. Her story is just so unique and interesting, but everybody's is. And you can't get mad at somebody because of like the privilege that they have, because she's very aware of her privilege. But she is a Harvard graduate, undergrad, and a Harvard med grad. And her mother, she's she's a twin, and her sister are the first Black Harvard med legacy children. So it took me way too long to realize that's why this book is called Legacy. She's a legacy child. Like, she's kind of a legacy in medicine, and yet she still dealt with, like, disparities, being the first in spaces. I even really enjoyed hearing her experience talking about how when she's like one of the only Black women in these higher education academic medicine spaces, how much pressure it would be to mentor like every Black student who ended up being there. Like, I didn't even know this happened, but there was a time at NYU when she was there, and she kind of ran NYU through the mud, by the way, which I thought was interesting because I'm like, dang girl, like you gonna talk about your old institution like this, like just name dropping. um but apparently NYU has a lot of like internal racism, like structural racism issues when it comes to their medicine and their hierarchy pipeline and things like that. But specifically, like during the pandemic, when there was all of that social unrest and things, she was having to help like take the load off of both the residents and the medical students who were planning the marches and planning the sit-ins and planning all these things. And like, she was one of the only Black um not staff, uh faculty. And so like kind of the pressure on her to have to be the only one that the students could go to. So I thought that was a very interesting perspective, kind of being like the only, but she did have a very easy trajectory getting there. And so I felt some type of way because I'm like, oh, like you got it easy. Like your mom literally was a Harvard med student and then you went to Harvard for med school. But otherwise, I did think that I still learned a lot from it. And it's still like, she still has hardships in life. She still, is an amazing physician because of the ways that she was able to take the different experiences that she's had in life to making her the doctor who she is today. So I still really enjoyed the read. Only reason why I didn't rate it a 5 out of 5 was that I wasn't quite sure who the audience was. And again, I think I talked about this in the vlog where I was like, if I was a white person, I would feel offended. I would feel like I was being attacked if I read this book because she doesn't like, there's a certain way that you talk to white people when you are discussing race to them. I think only some people who are like woke and wanting to make a difference will be like willing to read this book. I think that this is a book where, if, for example, there was like a white professor at a medical school and they were like, I want to do some homework, like, what is a book that you recommend? Because I don't want to force you as a black student, professor, resident, whatever, to have to teach me the history um of racism for black people and people of color in America. Like, what are some resources that you have for me? Then I would give them this book. But I wouldn't just recommend this book to somebody if they didn't ask for it, because it can be a little bit offensive. And if I'm black, pro black, and also very social justice focused, that's saying a lot. But I do admire her being very unapologetic. She doesn't water down the history. She's very like poignant with it, but I do think it can come off a little bit offensive. Has anybody else read this book? And if so, what do you think about it? What did you rate it? And who do you think the audience is for? But that is my latest book. And I will say that I did not add it to, let's see here. Can y'all see this? Okay, I think y'all can see this, right? Perfect. Okay, so this is my um Notion, and this is my bookshelf. So you guys can see here that the last book that I read was Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, and I finished it. I don't know if this is the date I actually finished it. I'm not sure, but I rated it a 5 star. And it was a fantasy hardcover, and I also had an audiobook. This is how I have mine set up. I think I've told you guys this before, but I just wanted to update you all again because I did have some people ask me um on Instagram. The book I read before that was Relationship Goals by Mike Todd. Oh, I used to say T. Williams. That's a mistake. By Mike Todd. And I rated that one 3.5 out of 5 or something like that. It, you can see the bar. You see it changed into a bar later on. So I didn't love that book. Um, let's see. Then oh, wait a minute. Oh, I did read 7 Days in Jude. I forgot all about that book. I love that one. I read it really 5 stars. I'll just be liking books. On the come up, I read before that. I like that one as well, not as much as The Hate You Give. I read Love by Toni Morrison. That was the first book that I read this year. That one was so hard. I think that's like the lowest book that I've ever rated. And then at the end of last year, I finished Black Girls Must Have It All, which was the third book in the Black Girls Must Be Magic trilogy. I really like that book. Before that, I read Bamboozled by Jesus by Yvonne Orji. I rated that one really high, like I think a 4 point something something something. And I feel like that's my favorite memoir that I've like ever read. It was both, I put it like self-help, Christian, and comedy. And I felt like it was so enjoyable. If I didn't have all these books that I won't, I'm so tongue tied today. If I didn't have all these books that I wanted to read, I would reread this one. I feel like it's actually very inspirational. Oh, I forgot I read The Color Purple. I liked the book. I liked that one. Oh, and then there was this Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which was the Hunger Games one. I think I ended up changing my rating to go back to 5 stars because I liked that one. And The Hate You Give was also a 5 star read. So those are kind of, and then Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, The Light We Carry, and Black Girls Must Be Magic. So those are kind of all the books that I have read since I have returned back to like reading. And so we need to add Legacy because I actually don't have this one on here. So Legacy, I'll do the whole title. My nails are so long. I need to cut them down. I'm not able to type like I like to. Uche Blackstock. And then when did I finish this book? I finished it a while ago. If today is Wednesday, maybe like last Thursday. And then I started this. Oh, did it take me 1 week? Because when did I finish? Oh no, I was reading both for a while. Maybe the 8th. I can't remember. format. I did hardcover and an audiobook. Genre, this is like, I'm gonna say black memoir. Yeah, black memoir. And I rated a 4 out of 5. And I am finished. Perfect. So if I wanted any notes, I would write them here. But that's that. That's my new book. Woohoo! And now, let me see what y'all talking about. Let me go over here. Y'all saying anything? No, no comments. Does anybody have any book comments before I get into the rest of my TBR? I don't think I'm going to type all of them in because if I do, then it'll take me too long. That kind of take me too long. But let me walk you guys through my book TBR. So my next two books that I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to read next is between Children of Children of Blood and Bone and Legend Born. I show both of these in my vlogs. I think I showed a lot of these books in my vlogs. Now, the reason why I'm going back and forth between these two is because they're both Black fantasies. So I'm excited. Y'all know I love reading from Black authors, and y'all know I have been enjoying the fantasy. So I'm excited for either one. The thing is that I was planning on reading Legend Born, but you all know, where's my phone at? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Did it fall through the cracks? Uh-oh. Please hold. Here it is. Okay. You guys know that I have been trying to listen to books by, oh, perfect. Wait a minute. Okay. The wait is over. So if you guys can see here, I have been using Libby to borrow ebooks. As I mentioned to you guys, Libby is like an online library, and I like to listen. If you don't know, I like to listen and read books at the same time. It really helps me with my focus, my attention. It helps me read faster, and it also helps me read more because I will listen to books when I don't have time to read. And yeah, I just enjoy it. So, with that being said, I realized that I was paying twice for books because I have an Audible subscription, and then I also have then I would also buy the hardcover books. So what I decided was that I was going to purchase or like borrow the books from the local library, the ebooks from the local library. That way I was only purchasing the books once. The only problem is that it's just like borrowing a book at a regular library. You have to wait until they are in stock. So I put like all the books that are on my TBR, I like put them on hold, but I have to wait for them to become available. So first I got the book, let me see. And that's what happened. I think I told you guys like with Fourth Wing. I read Fourth Wing on Libby, or listened to it on Libby while I was reading the hard copy. And that's why I read it so quickly because the due date was like in March. I actually can see. Let me see. So I only can borrow it for 20 days. So I literally finished the book at like 17 days. And then that's when I said, okay, I want to reread it. But like reading a 20-hour long like book, like it took me too long. So then I was like, I really like this book. I think that I'm going to, even though I already listened to it and I already read it, I'm going to purchase it on Audible. That way I can re-listen to it again because like my subscription went away. So um yeah, I basically decided like I need to be careful with what books I do on Libby. But with that being said, I put a hold on like all these books in my TBR, which I talked to you guys about. And I was just like, whichever book comes off of hold first is what I'll read next. I ended up getting Legendborn off of hold. So I was like, perfect, I'm ready. But I think I was still in the middle of Legacy, and I don't like reading multiple books at the same time. And so I was like, let me put it back on hold and like give me 3 weeks to finish it. Or one book came available, and I was like, I'm not ready to read right now, so I have to put it like back on hold. And then I finished the book faster than I thought I was going to. So then I was like, wait, now I need a book to read. So I basically have been waiting for the past week because I needed a book to come back. But so it looks like Children of Bone, Blood and Bone has just let me know that it's ready to borrow. So this is officially the next book on our roster. Um, do I even know what this book is about? No. Okay. Zeli Adebola remembers when the soil of Orisha hummed with magic. See, mind y'all, this is fantasy, right? So we about to go into a whole other world and we don't know what they talking about. But once we get into it, we gonna like it. But just reading from the first, we don't know what they talk about. I don't even think I know what this book is about. I literally don't know what this book is about at all. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why my tea is making me burp so much today. Excuse me. Okay. Orisha hummed with magic. Burners ignited flames. Titers beckoned waves, and Zeli's reaper mother summoned forth souls. But everything changed once magic disappeared. Under the orders of a ruthless king, the Magi were targeted and killed, leaving Zeli without a mother and her people without hope. Now Zeli has one chance to bring back magic and strike against the monarchy. With the help of a rogue princess, Zeli must outwit and outrun the crown prince, who is hell bent on eradicating magic for good. Danger lurks in Orisha, where snow lep- lep- leparnaries prowl and vengeful spirits wait in the. I'm so glad I don't have to read out loud. Like, I'm so glad that I have an audiobook that'll read for me because I don't be knowing what they're talking about. But then once I hear them say it, ooh, this was your first Black fantasy novel? Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, okay. I'm so glad that you guys said this one because I had somebody else recommend me the other book. But anyway, the greatest threat may be Zelly herself as she struggles to control her powers and her growing feelings for an enemy. Enemy to lovers plot. Love it. Okay, so I'm literally gonna start. I literally am gonna start this tonight. I officially have it borrowed, and the good thing about having it borrowed is that it makes me read faster because I only have 20 days. The bad thing about borrowing is that I only have 20 days. So if I don't finish it, then I have to either read it on its own or I have to, like, whatever. But when I tried to re-borrow Fourth Wing directly after I finished it, it put me back on the waiting list, and it's like a 3-month waiting list. So, all right, it's official. We're borrowing it. Are we ready? Moment of truth. Can I see it? Here we go. Borrow. It is officially in my library, and I will update you guys on the next community time once I get started and I start reading it. I'm so excited. And she's thick too. I don't even know how long she is. Okay, I have this for 21 days. So we are going to add her. Let's see here. We're going to add her to our bookshelf. Oh, I'm so excited. A Black fantasy. And just in case you guys are wondering, the author is at, and please, if you haven't read it yet and you are looking to start a book, please read the book with me. I never say what day I start, so I'm glad I'm doing this now. I'm gonna do hardcover and audiobook. This is a Black fantasy, and the status is reading. Alrighty, yay! Super excited. Okay, but yeah, if you are looking to start a book, please read this book with me. Please, please, please. Okay, so this is the book that I just finished. This is the book that I'm about to start. I think I'm going to do, oh, I'll show you guys the next community time, but let me see. I was thinking about doing Before I Let Go next because it is a romance. So I thought I could do like fantasy, romance, fantasy, memoir, fantasy, you know what I'm saying? Because I have 2 fantasies, 1 fiction, and then 2 romance. And I have 1 more memoir in the mail that's on its way. And I can't wait to show you guys that because I can't wait too long. I have to read that because I'm excited to read it. But I'm also like, memoir, it's a sad one. It's sad. So I don't know. Anyway, we talked about this on the vlog Before I Let Go. Kennedy Ryan, I've heard great things about it. I think that she's not equivalent, but like similar. She's colleagues with Tia Williams, Black romance. So if I can get the audiobook for her next, then I'll read this one next. Especially because in 3 weeks, technically, I think Legendborn will be ready. But the key is to read one in between. I don't want to do like fantasy to fantasy. The next one that I have is The Neighbor Favor. This is also, as you guys can see, Black romance. The author of this is Christina Forrest, TBR. And then the last one on my TBR is Black Cake. And I mentioned this as well. This is by Charmaine Wilkerson. One of you all recommended to me that I actually watch the show first and then I read. So I actually forgot about that. I was watching Scandal literally since September, and I'm still not done yet. And I officially decided, okay, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to watch another show. I got back into watching The Good Doctor, but I forgot that I need to watch Black Cake. So I'm going to watch Black Cake, and then that'll get me excited for the book. And all of these, I have a hold on them on Libby. So as soon as they are available, I will switch over to read it if if I have a break in my reading or whatever. But if I want to just hop into reading something, I may just go ahead and purchase it on Audible because I do have an Audible subscription as well. But yeah, that's what I'm doing so far. That's what I'm working with. I'm excited to add all these books to my reading thing. Like, I've been trying to get all my reading in, you guys, because it really is hard to read when you're in school. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be able to do both too, because it's like reading does take you to another place. Um, I also want to start reading more spiritual books as well. Let me know if you guys want to share, if you guys want me to share when I read those. But that is my book update. It's almost 9 o'clock, so I didn't do any Instagram polls today because I didn't get to set up my community time until I got home and it was late and blah 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 blah. But let me know if you guys have any questions for Ask Brelynn, or if you have anything that you want to talk about. You know what we could talk about? We can talk about how Beyonce said, I'm not bald headed, so mind your business. I love it. Did you guys see that? She posted, I'm sure you guys saw, she posted a video of her doing a wash day with Sacred. And I loved it. I love the shade of it all. I think that her hair looks great. I definitely understood what people were saying when they were like, if you're gonna promote a hair brand for natural hair, like you should see your natural hair. And she was like, I ain't gonna show y'all nothing. Y'all still gonna buy these products. And they did. I still haven't bought them. I still haven't tried them. Has anybody tried them? Um, and has a review? I said I was going to, but I was also like on my no buy. Maybe I will. But I stand the video because her hair looks good. And everybody's been real quiet ever since. I'm like, where's all the haters at now? That's what I thought. I'm trying to think what else is going on that I can update you guys on. Yeah, like I said, I've just been working. Things for work have been busy, and I've been trying to stay on my vlog grind and not just disappear. Um, the next podcast episode needs to be filmed soon so it can actually go up by the. I feel like this month is going by so fast. I just filmed the last podcast episode. Dang. Okay, so it's time for another podcast episode. Like I said, the March of Dimes walk is this weekend, so I'll be really busy going to all of those. And yeah, that's really it. If we don't have any questions for Ask Brelynn, we can go ahead and close out this community time. I'm so glad we were still able to meet, even though it wasn't, even though it's not the way that I normally do it. I don't think you guys can tell that big of a difference on your side. So I will take it. Yeah, April has somewhere to be. This month has flown by, which is like, I can't believe we're already almost in May. But I decided that I'm planning my birthday trip starting May 1st, which is a little bit late, but that's what I've decided. So yeah, I'm gonna start dreaming. I'm gonna start Pinteresting. I'm gonna start TikToking and seeing where I'm gonna go for my 28th birthday. Oh my gosh, 28 is crazy. Anyway, I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending this evening with me. Shout out to Community Time. May she thrive. May nothing ever stop her. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you guys on Sunday with the vlog. Wait, let me check my calendar. Because when is the podcast supposed to go up, child? The podcast supposed to go up on Sunday. Okay. I've looked at the calendar like all day, but I really haven't. Okay. There may be a podcast on Sunday because I may be able to film it on Saturday. If not, it'll be the next Sunday. I don't know. I don't even know what I want to talk about. I literally have a list of things. No excuses. I'll see y'all on Sunday with a video. That's what we do know. I love y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye. Oh wait, I wonder if I can do my thing. Hold on, let's see.